YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Sneaker Flexibility coming back at you with another episode of Ole-Head Sneaker Closet. What do we have coming out of the closet today? We've got some community resources. We've got some fashion. We've got some, you know what? Let me just show you. Yesterday I had the pleasure to go to a pop-up and I got a little bit of footage. Nothing crazy, nothing too crazy. So it's not gonna be that long because I don't want, YouTube cutting this video off because of whatever reason that I'm showing people's faces, but whatever. So let's just get into that real quick. All right, let's go. Welcome back. As you can see, it appears that the pop-up wasn't crazy. So I went pretty early, and for those that know, if you go to a pop-up, particularly at the evening hours is when it gets turned up a little bit. So actually, I got a couple pictures from their social media site, and you can see that they turned up from the evening when I left. So don't judge the pop-up from my footage, because it was, a little bit on the dry side, but it was early. But I really did enjoy getting out there and seeing some young entrepreneurs do their thing. And that's one of the things I want to do, and I think we all should do. We should support your local brands. Don't just buy up what you perceive or what is being told to us as hype gear, Supreme, and I'm not going to list all of them because that's what it is. We're buying up merchandise that's not putting anything back into your own community. So get to know the artists and the individuals that are designing things in your own community, and I'm saying if they're dropping some items like I'm about to show you that is hot and worth it, then you need to get out there and support them and show them like, hey, you are part of our community. I'm going to invest in you because you're investing in us. So that's basically what we're talking about today. Without further ado, let's just get into some of the gear. Not in any particular order. We are starting off with the Novella Rich's off-white reflective joggers. I was able to chop it up with the designer of these particular joggers in addition to look at some of his other pieces. I really do like the design and the things that he's got going on. I only picked up the joggers because I have way too many shirts, and I'm really at the point where I'm trying to pick up pieces that either I'm going to rock or I may particularly pass them off to some of you guys, some of my viewers, because you may not know about these brands. That's basically why we're here right now. So what you're seeing right now, again, is the off-white reflective joggers. You have the Novella Riches across the two front cargo pockets. As you can see, there's some bungee going on the pocket. Those are 3M. You hit it with the light, you get the reflective pop on it. These are extremely lightweight, and you probably can rock these throughout the summer, even when it's pretty hot. And even as we get into some of the fall and the colder days. So these are some versatile pants. Not too loose, not too baggy, pretty functional where you can throw a sweater on, you can throw a cardigan on with a t-shirt, or you just do you and wear whatever you like. It's not really a lot to talk about except the fact that they're versatile, they're lightweight, the colorway is nice, you got the 3M in the front cargo pocket. I haven't had any issues with these pants. They seem to move when I move. Pretty giving in the middle area section, which typically sometimes is an issue with certain pants for me because of the way I'm built. Thick thighs, little legs, it's just a weird description of myself, pause, but we're not gonna go there. So anywho, I will link all the information down in the description so you guys are able to cop a pair if you want, but do yourself a favor, go over on the website, check him out on the social media. Dude, he's got some other pieces. Don't just, you know, look at these and lump him into a certain category over these pair of pants. This is what I picked up. He's got tees. He's got other pants that seem pretty hot. Got hats. He's got all kinds of things going on. These guys are doing it over there. So do yourself a favor. Pick yourself up some new flavors. Bars. Next up we have is Corner Store Vintage. This was not at this particular pop-up, but the first pop-up this individual actually was able to share with me about the pop-up. That's how I found out about some of these brands. So this is the first one from the first pop-up. It's Love UT, and you guys seen me wear this on my last video, but I really wanted to give these guys a little bit more shine that fell under the category of what we're talking about, which is independent artists and creators. This hoodie, let me share with you guys, is extremely thick. I would put it in the same category as the high grams per square meter as Kith. I've been wearing it. I washed it already. As you can see, it's still rocking. Corner Store Vintage basically is showcasing pieces that are vintage, and I talked to the designer of this particular hoodie, and I know he said this was a stretch for him as far as the vintage piece. This still is a vintage piece, but he particularly showcases more things that has a bit of more vintage look to them. What I like about this hoodie is that vintage part to it. I love the fact that an independent artist was able to give us this great heavy cotton piece. Love this Corner Store Vintage stitching down at the bottom here, as you guys can see. And the stitching seems to be holding up. I haven't seen any loose stitching on this since I've washed it and have worn it. And then on the back you have the Love You More on the back of it. The print is a little bit faded. These people are looking for a piece of clothing that looks like you've had it for a long time, but you didn't. Last but not least, we are showcasing the Valentine hoodie from Angels and 15 Roses. That's what you're seeing right here in the pink colorway. This hoodie actually is still available if you guys want to go over to his website to pick yourself up one of these hoodies. They came in a cream, pink, and a black colorway. I know the pink is still available, but there are also some other pieces. One thing I can say about Angels and 15 Roses, when I went to the original pop-up, he was one of the only artists showcased there that actually had a conversation with me, and even after I purchased the hoodie, he still took the time to chop it up with me and just talk about his brand and what he's got going on, and we actually stay connected up until this point. So I think that's pretty good for a brand to go out and have conversations with somebody that's not doing anything for them. I'm not a famous YouTuber, so it was nothing I really could offer him, but he still felt the time to put that hustle in, put that grind in, and just show that love to the people as if he's still out there trying to make it, even though this person, to me, is already on a platform where he's doing well. This hoodie has in the front the Angels and 15 Roses. The 15 is in Roman numerals, and then the roses with the triple hearts, and then down the sleeve you have the Celtic hearts running down both the right and left sleeve, and then you go to the back of the hoodie with the same on the front, just all over on the back. It's really good quality. This hoodie actually is my daughter's, this is not mine, but she's worn the mess out of it, and reports back that it's a pretty good breathable heavyweight hoodie that she's washed, and it's held up so you're not seeing any threads or anything pulling from there. And it's not super thick, but even with it not being super thick, like what we would call like the Kith brand, it's still a high quality cotton. You have the shirts, and then as you can see here, we're going to showcase some of the things he had at the second drop, which is some of these vests and these Dickie pants. All right, So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Like I said before, all of the artists will be linked down in the description for you to go over and hit their website just to look at some of the other items that these guys have. Again, this is not even a fraction of what these guys can do. And like I said before, I would love to connect with each one of these artists and start doing like maybe a monthly update about these brands, and maybe these guys can go in a little bit more detail about their clothing, give you guys more of a sneak peek of what these guys carry either in their shop or just basically on their website, so that you guys are more informed, not just by this little small snippet that I'm showing you guys. Don't forget, get out there and be great, then go out there and be greater. It's your boy, Sneaker Flexibility, coming back at you with another episode of Ole-Head Sneaker Closet. Peace.